The preliminary hearing for David, the singer accused of killing a 14-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore and disposing of her body in a Tesla. Good evening once again. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. Michael and Colleen are off. David is expected in court over the course of several days. The goal for prosecutors to determine if there's sufficient probable cause for him to stand trial. Investigative reporter Eric Leonard was in the courtroom throughout the day in downtown LA. He joins us live now with more details, and we should warn you, some of the descriptions from court are graphic. Eric.
Yeah, hi, Jonathan. This must have been an incredibly difficult day for Celeste Rivas Hernandez's parents. Her mother and father seated in the front row of the gallery in the courtroom all day today, especially this morning when detectives began to describe finding their daughter's remains, the condition of those remains, and the early stages of the investigation of her death. So far, prosecutors have really focused on the first days of that police investigation and how detectives said they continued to discover clues even in those first hours that not only pointed to the singer David, his car, but also a home he was staying in the Hollywood Hills. Sketches from court this morning show David, whose legal name is David Burke, sitting on the 9th floor courtroom as prosecutors showed photos of the way 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered, dismembered, in an advanced state of decomposition and inside 2 bags. Rivas Hernandez's parents in the front row, Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman warning them about what was about to be shown, and at one point even suggesting they put their heads down. Celeste was found last September in the front trunk of a black Tesla in Hollywood. The car, of course, registered to David Burke. And all these photos just part of the presentation of evidence where the prosecution is demonstrating to the judge that there's enough here for the case to go to a jury trial. An LAPD detective on the witness stand for much of the day, recounting how multiple clues he developed pointed towards Burke. Among them, electronic data that shows Burke was the last person to drive that black Tesla on July 29, 2025. That was about a month before Celeste was found. Search warrants led to online purchase records that show Burke bought 3 chainsaws, a shovel, body bag, and an incinerator around the time Rivas Hernandez disappeared. Photos of these items were shown in court, and the detective explained some of this equipment was delivered by Amazon, DoorDash, and Postmates. No blood was found on those saws. It turns out they weren't tested for DNA. Earlier today, an LA County Sheriff's deputy testified about a welfare check at a home in West Hollywood where Burke was staying in early 2025. The home was searched for Rivas Hernandez. She wasn't there. At one point, body-worn video captured Burke saying Rivas Hernandez had told him she was 18 years old, and later he learned she was 13. At the time of the recording, prosecutors say Burke was already involved in an intimate relationship with the teen. Now, on the witness stand early this afternoon and just until court let out was a music industry executive testifying about the ways that David Burke was earning money and how much money he had earned early in his career, somewhere between $10 and $11 million. The reason this person is testifying is because prosecutors are trying to show there was a financial motive for the murder, that if his career was interrupted, that he stood to lose potentially millions of dollars. Preliminary hearings like this are usually very short. This one is stretching into a couple of days, and like you said, we expect to be here through the end of the week. Live at criminal courts, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.